And we are live. No Chill Live 130, the last live of the year. We back, guys.
Let's go. Let's go.
End of 2023, guys. This is the last live of the year. You know, we've had a great year. Gotta shout out the Space Ghost Coast to Coast, man. It's a big inspiration to me.
Yeah. Make sure y'all follow and subscribe. We're everywhere that you catch your live content.
Yes, everywhere. We are on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Threads. Shit. What else? What else? Where else we at, man?
Google Podcasts,
Okay.
YouTube Music. Listen, we out here, and we are here to give you the closing content of 2023.
Yes, sir. We got Julian here. We got Bryan here. And we got Troy, your favorite people, man. It's the best live stream in the world. And, you know, we couldn't have got to the end of 2023 without you guys.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. It's been a really busy year. Like, doing the look back of the last, like, 358 days or whatever it is, it's been crazy just how much has happened over the course of this year. How much is still happening. It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah, roller coaster for sure.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of work. We put out a lot of content. We've covered everything for you guys. And, you know, we've heard from you in the comments, you know, the interviews all throughout the year. So, you know, we're going to try to do an overview, you know, towards the end of the show. But yeah, we definitely have a lot to catch up on some hot topics as well that, you know, some stories we did get some closure on. Yeah. And some things, you know, may go into 2024. I think next year it's still going to be crazy as hell, man.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Listen, I've been saying this for a while now, but as we go into 2024, we're still in the first half of the 20s. The 20s are a dynamic time. It's still in the first, like, quarter of the century, that sort of thing. There's a lot to go on. There's a lot that has to happen. So I'm excited. I hope y'all are excited for a great live and some great topics today, because we're here to give it to you. We really are.
Hell yes. Hell yes. You know, share, like, you know, we're gonna take a break. You know, we'll be back in January, probably after Martin Luther King Day. But in the meantime, we will be sharing, you know, videos and shorts the whole time. You know, we still got some more SantaCon content to share out, man.
We really do.
You know,
we
the
really
streets, they've been enjoying our shorts so far, man.
The interviews are funny. The interviews are really funny. Shout out to everybody that had some courage, whether it was liquid or otherwise, to take some time and talk with us while we were out at SantaCon. Your pops, Duke, he said that he hopes we talk about Tyreek Hill's baby mama. But my first thought is, like, which one? Because I know he's got a few of them.
Wait, didn't he just get married? What happened?
I don't know. But I think it's something like he's on his third baby this year by like three different women.
Damn, he's on his Nick Cannon shit right now.
Yo, this man, he does everything fast. Like, it's just. It's impressive. It's impressive. You got to give him credit.
Yes. Shout out to him. I had no idea. I did not know about that. But that's crazy. I mean, we definitely got to get into some athletes and pregnancies for sure, but just not that one.
Dude, they said it's his third one in the span of 4 months.
Oh, my God.
That must mean, like, between 9 and 11, 12 months ago, he was turning up. And basically, that was right after the season ended. He was upset that the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. He was like, God damn it, these motherfuckers without me. Meanwhile, Tua might die. Like, he's in a coma.
He's like, I'm building my own team with my sperm.
God. Yeah.
Oh, man.
What do you think? What do you think's the likelihood? Like, all right, assuming he only has these 3 children, what are the chances that one of them makes it to the NFL? You think it's like a 1 in 3 chance, essentially? Like, one of them's got to make it?
Well, it has to be a male, right? Like,
true. That is true.
That's 50-50 right there. So I don't know, man. I think the odds are really tough, honestly. But I mean, if they're boys, I think it's a pretty good percentage if that's what he wants. I mean, if his genes get passed along, his superhuman speed, I don't think they'll have a problem.
So the most recent one is definitely a boy. I'm trying to find the information about the others. Dang, the craziest part, all these women look different too. One of them's a white chick, another one's a Latina, and the most recent, the other one is she's a young black queen.
Man, United Nations. He's checking all the boxes.
I ain't mad at it. I am not mad at it. And apparently just last month he got married to his fiance. So this man has been doing some strange things.
That's what I'm saying. I saw the headline about him getting engaged and married like really quickly, but I didn't know he had other babies out there. Yeah, he's moving.
Oh my God. Shout out to Tyreek.
Yeah, shout out to Tyreek. Sagittarius season still. Guys, Mercury is also in retrograde, so everyone be careful throughout the holidays. Make sure you drink a lot of water and stay safe. Everyone's getting sick out there as well. So stay safe, guys. You want to be able to, be with your family and actually enjoy your time off, if you have time off coming up. And shout out to the people who have to work and slave, those elf slaves. Shout out to you guys for holding it together. Santa's helpers.
So I'm catching up on like the Joe Budden Patreon exclusives, and there's some episode where he plays some song that they're saying "Thank you, slaves."
What?
You probably just don't remember it, but I gotta find it.
No, you don't.
It is bad. It's like a children's song too, and the chorus is like "Thank you," and then the kids in the background yell "slaves."
Oh no, I did not hear that song. Damn,
it's so bad. So bad. Anyway, well, you mentioned Mercury in retrograde. What exactly does that entail? How does that play with our emotions?
Well, it's more about communication because Mercury's the planet that oversees all of communication. So it's like they say don't send any important emails out during this time. Try to confirm things in person. Things could be misunderstood. Text messages won't go through. That type of thing happens. So everyone be careful.
Oh, wow. And communication is key in a relationship. So I'm glad you're telling me that. That's going to be important over this next couple weeks with the holidays.
Hell yeah.
When she was looking for a new car, and I'm like, well, here's some shoes for walking.
It's a thought that counts, guys. Everyone,
Absolutely.
It's all about love. It's the holiday season. Someone who got no love is Donald Trump yesterday, man, when Colorado said you disqualified from the 2024 ballot, man.
Shout out to Colorado. Let's go. Round of applause for Colorado.
This is the best thing Colorado did since legalizing weed, or is this, due to Deion Sanders? I don't know, man. Is Colorado getting cool?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the most recent thing would have been Deion when they signed him last summer, but this is right up there. Who knew that Colorado was so progressive?
Bro, I had no clue. I didn't even know this was on the table, but it makes sense. The decision, the first by a court, to find Donald Trump is ineligible to hold office again because he engaged in insurrection, is likely to be a monumental case before the U.S. Supreme Court. Now, we know he named 3 Supreme Court justices in his short 4 years where he got impeached twice, man. Those are crazy stats still. I can't believe it, man.
Yeah, I mean, the Republicans, they do know how to get shit done when they got control. They definitely do. Apparently in the Colorado Supreme Court, it was really close. It was 4-3. And this is the first presidential candidate ever deemed ineligible. Ineligible. I can't even talk right now. The Remy's in the system, but you got to assume he's already got 3 votes on the Supreme Court, right?
And then you got Clarence Thomas.
So that's 4. He's pretty much like he only needs 1 more.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how far this goes, but they're saying if it does go, all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court, he could be disqualified across the board, or at least in a handful of other states.
Yeah, which is nuts. That's a huge handicap.
Yeah,
that's a really big handicap. So I don't know what'll happen with this, but it seems they're making moves, and they've been doing things this whole time. I mean, he's fighting how many 96 charges or whatever he's fighting right now in New York. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, and honestly, if he beats everything next year, he deserves to be the dictator he wants to be. I don't know what to say at this point. It's crazy though. Like it's like so much is up against him. I mean, it's crazy to me because a lot of, conservatives are saying this is an attack on democracy. And I'm like, bro, like he literally
trying to protect democracy.
He literally told these people to attack the Capitol. Like, did we not see what happened? I mean, he literally wants to be like a dictator. But hey, I feel like that's just what they want.
Listen, he was up there like, fight for your right to party, and then they did it. Like, you can't be mad at him. You can't be mad at the people for listening to him. But the justices who came out in the majority in Colorado, they said, we did not reach these conclusions lightly. We are mindful of the magnitude and weight of the questions now before us. We are likewise mindful of our solemn duty to apply the law without fear or favor, and without being swayed by public reaction to the decisions that the law mandates we reach.
Damn.
That's a bar. That they're fighting on and standing on righteousness right now. That's what they're doing.
Bro, is it more likely for Trump to be president in 2024 or end up in jail? Like, what are you thinking right now at the end of 2023?
Oh, it's way more likely that he's president. Yeah.
Damn. Why you say that, man?
I just think a lot of people are still hurting right now from the economy and everything that's been going on. I think that the wars and things like that, people are not happy with the money that's being spent and sent overseas to aid in different conflicts. I don't think Biden has the support.
Yeah, he don't got the juice, man. But like, I don't know, man. Like when I was at UFC 295 at Madison Square Garden and Trump came in, like the whole crowd went crazy in New York. And, every time I have a conversation with somebody, no matter, how they identify, where they come from, they hate Joe Biden. I mean, most people are so mad at that man. It doesn't even matter. It's just like progressives, conservatives. Nobody really likes Joe Biden. I don't know, man.
No, and I don't think he's done a bad job. He's listen, you got to do what you can with the hand that you're dealt. And he did not have a easy 4 years or 3 years so far. But
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Troy, what do you think, man? Is he more likely to end up in jail or president?
I think he's definitely more likely to become president, unfortunately. I don't think that the Democrats haven't done enough to stop him. It seems that they're focusing on the wrong things, and the economy and everything else is just against them.
Damn. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if he does end up president for the rest of his life.
You think he's going to die in that Oval Office?
If it's up to him, he didn't want to leave to begin with. Like, come on.
That's true.
It's insane, man. It's crazy. But yeah, nobody likes Biden. They, even Kamala Harris, who you criticize for not being visible enough. I criticize her for laughing at her own jokes all the time. But she's even polling better in her approval rating than Biden, man. She's getting a 35% approval rating, according to Monmouth University here in Jersey, and a 57% disapproval rating. That's compared to Joe Biden, who is at a 34%, which is not so much worse, approval rating. But his disapproval rating is 61%, which I feel like that's all the people that hate him.
I mean, I think on both sides of the party, I mean, not both sides of the party, both sides of the aisle, people aren't
Might
happy.
As well be.
Yeah. People are not happy. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Obviously, he's the guy. I don't think he has to have her as his VP, but he most likely will just ride the hand that he has right now with her. He's got to have some diversity in the card. Like, no, it's going to be hell to get people to vote for him anyway, let alone if he didn't have Kamala on the ticket. So we'll see. We'll see, but we've got 11 months.
That's true. That's true. And
less than 11 months. Yeah,
I was going to say, like, honestly, I feel like if it wasn't for Trump and Hunter Biden, we probably wouldn't even talk about politics. But knowing that 2024 is coming up next year, we want to keep everyone updated because next year we're not going to be able to avoid it. But I do want to ask you, like, if Trump is somehow disqualified or gets locked up, do you think Biden drops out and gives maybe Kamala a chance to actually run? Or do you, because I feel like
no fucking way. There's no way. He's too greedy. He's too greedy. He's 80 years old. If Trump drops out of the race, that's his biggest competition. Like, he's not gonna suddenly be like, oh, my nemesis has finally broken away and fallen. I'm gonna hand the reins to somebody else. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. Because then you open up the window for Kamala to fumble the bag, DeSantis or somebody else to step up, and then they're going to go against her and possibly win. It's not like people love Kamala. So I think Biden stays.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he is inspired. Like, Trump, kind of got him out of retirement. Like, okay, he said he wanted to punch him in the face during the debates. He told him to shut up. Like,
I remember that. He did say that. He was feisty back then. Now he's quieted down a little bit. Over here tripping over sandbags and shit, falling off bicycles.
He's 81 years old. He said he doesn't feel 81. He feels much younger. I'm sure that's what I don't know.
That's fair. All I'm saying is, if you're gonna go for a bike ride, go get your ass a tricycle, man. You're too old for this. Let's not pretend anymore.
Oh my God.
We can't risk as the whites love to call him, the leader of the free world. We can't let him just fall down on the ground on his bike with his helmet on.
Ah, man,
that looks weak as hell.
Yo, it's hard. Yeah, you gotta respect the man for getting on the bike to begin with. But I feel you. I feel you. It's not the best look for America. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, before I miss it, shout out to New Jersey, Big Jersey, Monmouth University with the poll of 803 adults.
Yeah, shout out to Monmouth, County. I'm, born and raised Monmouth County.
That's right.
Jersey Shore. But I did want to ask, man, I saw the headline. They said they're going to release, like, Epstein's list.
Oh, boy.
I know that's not a topic, but it just came to mind, man. Do you think that could impact what's going to happen next year? Because, the rumors, the documentaries, do you think that they're actually going to release this list, man?
Yeah. I mean, it's been a while now. When was he charged, and like when was this case? I guess everything wrapped up in like 2015, right? With the most recent chick. I can't remember the
Ghislaine Maxwell. That was like a couple of years ago. That was recent.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Troy, do you know when Jeffrey Epstein died?
He died in 2019, August 2019.
Oh, so I mean 4 years ago. That's almost 5.
Yeah, that was his case, but Ghislaine was afterwards, like maybe 2021.
True. True.
Damn, it's been 4 years since Epstein he killed himself.
Dude, time go, those COVID years. shit went real quick.
For real, man. I mean, do you think at this point the list will even matter when it's released?
I don't know, because so with this list, they're saying it's a list of his alleged victims and associates. So it could include people who were like, helping him. It could include like abused underage girls, or they were underage at the time. Like it's 150 names. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people mixed up in this. And basically what they're saying is it's going to be made public as part of the settled civil suit.
Okay.
Against Ghislaine Maxwell. So do you think more charges will come out of this?
I don't think any more charges will come out from that, but I think it will impact public perception. At this point, it's hard to tell like what's going to matter and what won't. You know what I mean? Especially with so many conspiracies floating around this. I like to think that the people who are on this list probably have something to do with him dying mysteriously in prison. So I won't put anything past them in trying to control the narrative of, how this will be interpreted. But with social media, we see with what's happening in Gaza, how no matter what, the media might, what narrative the media might push, the public perception, they might come up with their own conclusion.
True. And listen, we've put a lot of pressure on media to be factually right and to be honest and truthful and not omit things and be deceptive. And I think if we know anything about America and the world, it's not always the case. And most of the times it's not the case. So I don't know. The ruling basically states that the list of names is supposed to be made public on January 1st. And it also gives the listed Jane Does about 14 days to object to the publication of their names. So it's going to be coming up quick.
Yeah.
Like we're like 10 days out. So
they starting off 2024 with a bang.
Yeah, it's going to be scandalous for sure, depending on some of the names that are listed in here.
Shame.
Because it's going to be, I have to assume it's not just associates, but also like people he may have interacted with that were friends. Like there's going to, remember during the trial, they were bringing up people that just flew on his jet or like were on his yacht and stuff like that. Yeah. And they mentioned, didn't they mention the Clintons or something like that? And Trump and like there's going to be some really powerful people listed out in this. So
yes, Chris Tucker was on that plane.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you figure it was a $290 million settlement that JP Morgan Chase had to pay to the victims.
That's crazy.
That's a big settlement.
Yeah. Way more than Diddy. So
yeah.
Damn. Thoughts and prayers. 2024, we'll have the list when we come back, guys. And we'll go through it on the special episode. But you know who's not on that list? I'm pretty sure is Johnathan Majors.
Oh, man. No.
But we have been talking about this all year, man. This is, he's definitely been one of the major names we discussed. We were even talking about him before this happened. I think the first time we talked about him was like before Creed 3 came out and we didn't know his name. And then he was like the next big thing. Yeah. And then, he got arrested in New York City on March 25th. And, the last few weeks we've been talking about the trial that started. But, earlier this week, New York jury found Johnathan Majors guilty of reckless assault in the 3rd degree and also guilty of harassment. Sentencing is set for February 6th next year. The charges a misdemeanor and a violation. Carry a sentence up to 1 year in prison. Now, the other 2 charges, he was found not guilty of intentional assault in the 3rd degree and not guilty of aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree. In a statement after the verdict, his lawyer said, that Johnathan Majors looks forward to fully clearing his name, and saying that Mr. Majors is grateful to God, his family, his friends, and his fans for their love and support during these harrowing 8 months. Shortly after the verdict was read, Marvel Studios dropped the actor as Kang the Conqueror from its upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Shortly, that shit was like 2 hours after.
Right after.
That shit came in overnight.
Instantly. Poof.
Yo, were you surprised by this?
A little bit. You know why I was surprised though? Because when I saw the notification on my screen, it was like Johnathan Majors is guilty.
Of course, yeah. The headlines, They love to hype it up a little bit.
Yeah, but I will say, like when we talked about the evidence last week, I felt like it kind of supported his case of existing within a toxic relationship and defending himself, because we saw her chasing after him in New York City in the streets of Manhattan. We don't know what happened in the car, and we did see him like try to push her body inside the car, which is where they may have gotten that misdemeanor assault.
That has to be what got him.
Yeah.
You can't try to pick up a woman and throw her in a car, and then when she tries to get out, push her back in. Yeah. Like you just can't. You know better.
Yeah, I mean, clearly he doesn't or didn't in the time, because he proclaims his innocence. And I feel like, much like I said last year with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and I think I talked about this last week, I just saw this as a toxic relationship and just, us being visible or being able to take a peek in of, their dynamic as a toxic ass couple. I think she was obviously, a party girl. She liked to live her life, and, he didn't want to tolerate that. He obviously had some goals he wanted to aspire to, but he obviously was a little bit of an asshole and had an inflated sense of
he wanted to be Martin Luther King.
Exactly. So like,
you got to be my black woman.
Coretta Scott King, yo. Man, and she's like British, so him bringing up these Martin Luther King and Obama, that's
don't you understand? I could be the president.
Or act as the president, man. So I know
that nigga, he was in role play. He really thought he was Kang. Like, he was getting into character the whole time. I control the universe.
He's worked hard as fuck, man. He's got himself in this position. He didn't ask to be here. But honestly, like for me, like I always say, like for me, like the Marvel universe ended after Infinity War. I gave up on that shit, so I was over it. But you've been keeping up, man. How do you think this is going to impact his career? And what do you think Marvel's going to do?
I mean, Marvel is either going to recast him or they're gonna just scrap the movie. I think it's way more likely that they recast him, though.
Yeah. Troy, what do you think, man?
I think they should recast him as well. I think, there's a lot of other good black actors who you can just easily replace. And the good thing about Kang's character is, it's all about the multiverse. So you can easily just, shoehorn in someone else and make it work.
Yeah, I know Damson Idris better throw his hat in the ring.
Yeah.
Because Snowfall is done. I don't know what else you're doing, bro. But Swarm, that little sex scene and then getting killed, that wasn't it for you. You better find something.
Oh, Swarm, don't bring up. That was one of my 2023 lowlights. I was going to mention that. I hated that. It was the worst show of the year for me. Sorry.
That shit was bad. A series is bad if I don't finish it. Because I try to finish every series that I start. And that one
was a short one, too.
Yeah, I made it to like episode 3 and I was like, I'm done.
Troy, you like Swarm, right?
Yeah, it was cool. Definitely didn't live up to the hype and the excitement that I had. But, the soundtrack was dope. And it was interesting. And it was interesting. That's about it.
Yeah, Jonathan Majors is a great actor, so I don't think it's so easy to fill his shoes. I didn't watch his movies as Kang or Loki. I didn't see his performance. Do you really think someone can step in? Because I feel like they were handing him the keys, right?
Yeah, you can go.
I'm just confused with the storyline, but I guess that's a different question or answer to your question. What do you think?
I think if you find, like you said, like Damson Idris, I think he could do it. I think he did do a great job in Snowfall, so I think he's definitely a strong candidate. I'm trying to think on like who else could possibly do it, but
I saw something about what's the guy's name from Star Wars, the black dude?
Oh, John Boyega.
Yeah,
Jonathan Boyega.
But I saw him tweet like, "Nah, don't put me in that shit."
He's done with Disney. Star Wars did him dirty. He's like, "Nah, I don't want any part of this."
He was like, "Nope," but there's definitely a handful of people that could be in there. Lakeith?
No, man, he's tiny.
I was thinking that, but that
is he short?
He's short? Skinny, man. He's like 140 pounds. You talking? Come on.
Oh.
He just did a Disney movie with the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. He's not threatening enough.
No, he's not at all. He's like bashful.
Then,
Troy, what do you think is going to happen with Jonathan Majors' career? Because it looked like he was about to take over.
I think, probably lay low for a little bit, do some, like, I don't know, he has to hit up Tyler Perry. You do like a redemption arc, hit up Tyler Perry in like a few years and, try to get back in the good graces of these people.
Yeah, you could. Listen, if it has to be somebody that's like big and strong, you could get Brian Tyree Henry.
He was already in Eternals.
Fuck, man.
Yep.
So I don't know.
It's tough.
And Eternals, I didn't even really like it like that. That shit was bland.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think is going to happen to Jonathan Majors now?
I think he's going to take a seat for a couple of years.
A couple of years?
Yeah, I think a couple of years. Like, it's a misdemeanor. It's not even that bad.
Like a couple of years seems long to me. That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised.
But I feel like for an actor, that's not long because you think about some of the actors that they wait until like they're 40, 50 years old and then they get famous. Or there's ones that have had careers for 40 years.
You think they do that by choice? They wait?
No, of course. I'm not saying that, but he don't have a choice right now. He got to sit down until they come and get him.
That's not true. Like, we don't know what opportunities are there, because I feel like with the evidence coming out and seeing people's response on social media, seeing him, next to Megan Good reading the Bible in court.
That shit is nuts. Listen,
he has a lot of support out there. I feel like
that's bullshit, though. Like,
why? Why is that bullshit?
If I'm anybody in that courtroom and I see you sitting there listening to this bitch testimony and you reading the Bible, I'm like, you're a dickhead. I'm sorry, and I'm a Christian, but I'm just saying, like, I don't believe that. That looks crazy.
Listen.
You over here trying to fight charges, and you want to break out the Bible. You should have done that when you was pushing this bitch in the car.
Listen, I think Johnathan Majors, honestly, okay, my real opinion on this whole thing, right, is that he was on the come up, right? And this is just life humbling him. Honestly, I feel like the Marvel opportunity seemed great, but it wasn't meant for him. At the end of the day, like, when you hear the conversation with him and his ex-girlfriend, and you hear how he, how he thought very highly of himself as a great man, he has all this on his shoulders. And, the opportunity at Disney obviously reflected that. And there was like hundreds of millions of dollars on the table. I feel like this will teach him a lesson. I think it'll teach him a lesson, and he'll actually do things that, as an artist, will be more passionate projects for himself. And I feel like, he'll be able to do some independent films and people who are going to take a chance on him. And I feel like he's a great enough actor. When we talk about other actors, who have had assault charges, like Emma Roberts, like, there's a long ass list of people, and they don't have to take years off. They get a slap on the wrist.
They're not black guys, though.
Yeah, but I feel like this whole thing has been totally overblown. And now that we see what it kind of is, he got a couple of misdemeanors. I don't think he'll do any jail time. I think he'll sit down for a few months, and I feel like by next fall we'll see a new Johnathan Majors movie. But you think it's because he's a black man that he'll have to take some years off?
He's a black guy, and this was a white lady. Like I feel like the industry, they're still very fickle with what they will and will not accept, who they will and will not accept it from. For Marvel to come out that quickly over a misdemeanor is like, it kind of sets the tone for everybody else, I think. Now, granted, can he go do some like smaller budget movies? Can he? Sure. But do I think he's going to be getting the looks that he got with the Five Bloods, the Creed 3, the Last Black Man in San Francisco? Like some of these movies that he's been involved in, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I think he's extremely talented. I think
for sure, and he's young. He's 34 years old. He's got plenty of time left to really make his mark and become Martin Luther King like he wants. But but I think for 2024 for sure he ain't gonna do nothing.
I don't know. I think we'll see. I'm not sure about the status of all of his projects. I know some of them were postponed, but I'm sure some will still move forward with him. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's difficult, but I think his talent will kind of like overshadow all of this. And I feel like it's a misdemeanor. There's things that happen back and forth between the two people. I feel like public perception has shifted a little bit seeing him running through the streets.
Yeah, I think it's just it's a pothole in the road.
Man, he's gonna play Jesse Owens now that we know he can run. There's so many roles out there for Johnathan Majors.
That's funny. That is funny.
But yeah, I mean, court of public perception is something we discuss all the time. And, another famous black man, Anthony Edwards, he was put on blast. 22-year-old Minnesota Timberwolves star was put on blast in a series of social media posts this weekend by this girl, Paige Jorday, who has more than 1 million followers, sharing a recent text conversation between the two regarding Edwards asking her to terminate her pregnancy.
Oh man, this is messy stuff. This is really messy stuff. So basically, the text messages, they start off, at least from what we can see, with a a screenshot of a pregnancy test and saying, I still have an appointment on the 27th. Anthony Edwards replies, hell no. Like he's from New Orleans. Can't do this. She says, ... Now what? Great response.
Oh my God.
This man replied and said, get a abortion. LOL.
LOL. Damn. That's highly insensitive.
Yo. Typing LOL after saying kill that baby is nuts.
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
But you got to factor in he's 22 years old. So then she says, honestly, I had an abortion with my son around 2 years ago, and I regret it every day.
Damn.
And he says, man, you can't force a kid in the world. You don't know what it's going to be yet.
Oh, my God.
He said, that's not the point. I said I had an abortion 2 years ago, and I regret it. So his response was, yeah, but I don't want a kid.
Okay. That's an honest response.
And then they continue on back and forth for a little bit. He repeats himself, I don't want kids. She says, you just don't want a baby? Is that what you're saying in all this? Because I can be cool with that. Or no, because I've been cool with you, she said. Then later on, he says, listen, just take the pills. And then she starts to attack him personally. You don't care about nobody but you. He says, listen, you got the money. What's the hold up? Because now you fitting to make a problem.
Oh, shit.
He got a little nasty on her. He got a little attitude. And then she's like, finna make what a problem exactly? I don't give a fuck. I've been nice this whole time. I don't bother you. I don't cause problems because don't speak to me like that. I told you I would because you want me to. So that's that. You talking about a life, just be somewhat understanding. I told you I'll be home soon.
Bro, this just use voice notes, man. Like, why are you typing this out in 2023 so someone can repost it months later?
Dog, that would be worse. If this was audio and he was saying this, that would be way worse.
But they disappear, though. It disappears after, like, unless they save it.
But that's what I'm saying. She's going to save it, or either she's going to record it with somebody else's phone.
Or you can screen record it yourself, too. So
yeah,
that's true.
That's going to be his actual voice on this will be nuts. Imagine him saying, get an abortion, LOL. And
man, that'd be a drop. We use that all the time.
And then being like, let's handle this like grown-ups.
Oh, my God. Yeah, man. I mean, he paid her $100,000.
He did. And told her, send the video 3 times. Send the video. Yeah. So all these texts got leaked out. He ended up apologizing. You know, he posted on X. He said, he says, I made comments in the heat of a moment that are not me and that are not aligned with what I believe and who I want to be as a man. Dog, this was not a moment. This was over multiple days in the end of November after Thanksgiving.
That's a moment, man. It's subjective, man. He says, all women should be supported and empowered to make their own decisions about their bodies and what is best for them. I am handling my personal matters privately and will not be commenting on them any further at this time. So he somewhat apologized. I don't know if that's really an apology. You know, I will say this, whenever someone apologizes and says, oh, that wasn't me, like, I never accept that shit. I hate that shit. It's like, who was it, Shaggy? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, yo? It wasn't me. Like, okay, who was I talking to? Is that somebody else? Like, take ownership of your fucking words and just be like, okay, I felt the type of way. I said something wrong. But actually, who knows? Because this is a public statement. You know, she released this to the public. She got her clout off of a moment. But he is 22. You know, I think he's already got his max extension, right? Do you think that this is an ordinary thing for young NBA players? Because I remember, we had the conversation about Zion when he was happy, to announce the pregnancy of his girlfriend, and another girl, one of his girlfriends, spoke out against him, put him on blast. Do you think we're going to see more of this in this century?
Mariah Mills still shooting at that nigga. Told him he's fat and to stop eating and shit. But anyway,
for real, I thought that was Stephen A.
No, for they working together. But no, listen. I think this is really common, especially in the NBA. I think across not just athletes. I think it's very common when you talk about music artists, when you talk about people that are just a lot of people deal with these circumstances. It comes up like it. Yeah. But not only that, dude's not wrapping it up. Dude's not pulling out, doing whatever the case may be. I mean, listen, Anthony Edwards is doing what I think Zion should have done.
What?
But his delivery, it's the delivery that's wrong, and that I cannot support. I can't support. You can't talk to a woman like that. That's disrespectful. Like you cannot treat an abortion like it's going to the grocery store. Like, yo, I gave you the money. Like, go do what I told you to do. Go pick up the groceries. Yeah. Like you can't do that. It's nasty the way that he talked to her. But at the same time, she posted this. All this stuff came out, and now she got a sex tape out. And she got an OnlyFans. And like so it's these are those games. Yeah. These are those games.
Everybody wins.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, he probably got off kind of cheap. $100K when she would have had you for 18 years, paying her probably like $20K a month. Yeah, he got off easy.
Yeah, that's crazy. All these, young NBA players, they're young millionaires, and they see these girls on Instagram, with the BBLs and, the lip injections, lip fillers and, the filters and, all the fake shit. But hey, it's what they're attracted to because that's what they grew up looking at. These guys are 22. They've been on Instagram since they were little kids, so they finally get money. That's what they go after. And they end up, in these types of situations. I feel like this is highly embarrassing for, these texts to be released, and people should be more careful, especially when you're talking about, a life.
I hope he learned from this. I really do. Listen, you got to make these chicks sign an NDA. Yeah. You have to. Like, you just simply make too much money. And if she can't seem to understand that, or she don't like the way that you presenting it or whatever, then fuck her. Go find a different one.
Fucking her what got him in this position to begin with.
You're right. But you know what I'm saying? Like at a certain point, you make enough money, you can find anybody that you want, dog. Bro, you really can.
That's not the point, though. Why do you think these guys all go for the same 8 girls?
I wish they didn't, though. Like, listen, you don't have to find the one with 1 million views or followers or nothing like that. Go find the one with like less than 10,000. Oh, Drake he about to put out a video with some girls that are in college, and each of them, I went to their pages because he tagged them in the page. Both of them have under 10,000 views. Now it's going to blow up now that he tagged them and stuff like that. But both of them had under 10,000. How did Drake find these chicks?
Bro, he's Drake. And first off, that's what you want people to aspire to be.
No, I'm not saying to inspire to be that. I'm just saying to be a little bit smarter. If you're going to just have sex with chicks and you don't care for them or nothing like that, you don't want to have a relationship, you don't want to have a kid, you might bring them to a game and then you're going to hit it when you in their town, something like that. You got to be just a little bit smarter.
How are you mad at Josh Giddey, but you shout out Drake for hitting on college girls?
No, I didn't say he hit on them. I just said they were in a music video.
Okay. What's the difference?
They're like, I don't even think he's in the music video. I only saw the post. I only looked at the fact that he said this music video is coming out. I didn't look at anything else past that. So I'm not the expert on whatever Drake is talking to with these ladies. I don't I got no other information.
All good, man. These young NBA players, they run into a lot of problems, man. But your boy Ja Morant, man, he came back.
Back like he never left.
Ja Morant returned to the league yesterday, and he didn't waste any time before hitting a game winner over the Pelicans, man.
Fireworks.
Are you happy?
Yeah, of course. I'm really happy for Ja. I'm really happy for Ja. I wish he was on my fantasy team. I might have to make a trade soon, but he came back, dropped 34 points. He led his team to victory. And the Grizzlies, they've looked like dog shit ever since his suspension started at the beginning of the season. So I'm happy for him. I really am. And hopefully he's learned his lesson.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully.
But after the interview, he was talking that talk. I'm a dog. That's how I do it. You already know what I bring to the court and to this team. Like, I'm here. I
love it, man. I love it. He's real. I mean, he can't. He's a gangster, man. He's not gonna stop.
Oh my God.
No, shout out to Ja Morant. Yeah, I'm glad he's back. The league is a better place when he's actually playing and making plays, man. He's one of my favorite players to watch. So it was always disappointing to see him do dumb shit, off the court. But it was nice, and they did beat the Pelicans. And, we did talk about Zion, and we talked about, you said that girl calling him fat. And I just wanted to play some audio of Stephen A. We posted this before, but I just wanted to play it because we talked about this last week of him fat shaming Zion. He don't take no breaks.
It is shameful. You got chefs in New Orleans. I'm not exaggerating. I'm quoting people. You got chefs in New Orleans who love him. They're looking for him. Every chef there wants to meet him because they know he'll show up to their restaurant. The word out on
That's
Zion Williamson is that he'll eat the table. I'm quoting. He'll eat the table.
You can't say I'm quoting about something that's clearly not possible.
If Zion Williamson...
Oh my God. Stephen A. gotta chill. You gotta stop killing this dude. He is a young man. He's trying to find his way. Like, listen, I agree that he's way too fat and he needs to chill. But
you killed him worse than him.
Stephen A. is using a national platform every day to assassinate this man. Like, you gotta chill.
He gotta chill when Bryan takes it easy on Zion.
Yeah, you can't do that. But even like I said, him and Mariah Mills, they teaming up together. So Mariah, she went on social media. She's talking about, here's some advice, Zion Williamson. Since you want to send your publicist to talk shit about me every other friggin' week.
Oh, my God.
How about you get on a treadmill, speed 3, level 12, maybe you'll lose some weight, and go on it for like an hour or 2. Second, how about you stop drinking sodas? 3, how about you practice 3-pointers? Everybody's tired of seeing you do dunks all freaking day. Learn another move. It's getting bored and tired.
Oh, my God.
You're tired and boring, just like you were in bed.
Oh, my God. That's ridiculous. I'm so mad you read that to me.
She had me hollering when I listened to it. It was so bad and funny. And you could tell she's resentful.
100%.
She's very resentful. Yeah.
Who else is resentful, man? Dez Bryant, because he challenged Stephen A. to a boxing match, yo.
Oh.
We talked about Dez taking shots at Malika Andrews. Stephen A. came to her defense. Their co-workers, they had a tiff in the past, but he came to her defense. I'm not sure, if Dez didn't like that, but Dez has a chip on his shoulder because he's talking about the media, yo. He also challenged Dave Portnoy, Barstool Sports owner. And you saw Dave out, right?
I did. At the racetrack up in Saratoga. Shout out to Dave Portnoy.
Yeah. He wanted to fight them both, Dez's funny thing is they know which current and ex-athletes to target to build their shit companies, culture vultures. I'm on a mission to change all that shit. And they know it, a bunch of bleep. Stephen A. saw this. Him challenging him to a boxing match. And he goes, Dez, I'm sad that you sent this tweet, my brother. For the record, to the audience out there, I've never had a problem with Dez Bryant, not one time. I love the Icks. I used to troll them when they were Cowboy fans, but I never had an issue with Dez. So, he backed off the boxing match, Dez kind of had a moment of clarity afterwards. But he's an emotional guy, man. What do you take from this? Because you were kind of with Dez when he was critical of Malika. You were against how far he went, but you were with his message. I feel like this is the same thing. He just took it a little bit further.
Yeah, I'm you can't try to fight Stephen A. Stephen A is 60 years old, Dez.
He's in his. You always add some years.
I do. I round up. I definitely round up.
But yeah, he should be trying to fight him regardless, no matter how old he is. It makes no sense.
Listen, it's just
I think Dez was on that Special Forces show, and now he feels like he has to try to kill everybody.
Stephen A. is 56 years old.
Oh, shit, that's close.
Yeah. But I don't know what's going on with Dez. I know he's trying to find maybe his lane post-retirement from the NFL and things like that. Even I don't even know if he's officially retired, actually. No, I think about it.
He should be if he's not.
He should be, but I don't think he has. Like,
the league retired him.
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson just had like finally an official retirement, and he like signed with the Eagles for a day or something like that. But I haven't seen I haven't seen Dez do that with the Cowboys or anything like that. He should, but maybe he's trying to find his lane. Maybe he just has a lot of time. Maybe he's just really upset with whatever Stephen A. and these other people on ESPN are saying or not saying. I don't know.
I think he's trying to be like Kwame Brown, but just has a way worse way of articulating himself.
Kwame wasn't great. It took him a while.
I think Kwame was good. He started off with jokes and kind of like found his niche. Like he was a much better talker. He talked in his own way. Dez, he just gets really angry and personalizes things too fast. And, the targets just aren't the same. Like Kwame went after other players as well as people in the media,
Yeah.
Dez he went after Malika, which is soft. And you challenge Stephen A. to a fight. He's taking it too far.
Yeah, he hasn't he hasn't really talked bad about any players, which, in a way, I definitely respect that.
Yeah.
I definitely respect that. I think, like, for NFL players, it is, in a way, its own fraternity.
Well, pick on someone your own size. You talking about Malika Andrews and Stephen A. Smith. It don't look good.
Yeah, no, not really. Not really. This picture that they have of the two of them, though, is...
Oh, yeah, I saw that shit. It's not fair.
That shit made me start exercising today. I saw that picture. I was like, well, I'm going to do my push-ups and my pull-ups today.
Hell yeah.
I do not want to be 56 looking like Stephen A. Even though he don't look bad.
No.
Let me clarify. Like, he don't look bad, but the picture next to Dez, it's like not fair.
That's not fair at all. That's not fair at all. But shout out to them. I'm glad that they're not going to fight because I wouldn't want to see that shit personally.
No.
But yeah, man. I wanted to ask, man. We talked about the Eagles last week, and you said if they lost in Seattle, you would have some choice words. So I heard Jalen Hurts had some words for the team. I was wondering if you had any thing to say since we're ending the year. The Eagles, they qualified for the playoffs, so they will be playing through 2024 no matter what. Yes. Do you got any messages for them for the new year and the end of the season?
Listen, I think they all got to stop placing blame. Trying to gather my thoughts because I want to gather my thoughts and not put not too much feelings in there. But
you're not trying to be like Dez.
Yeah. But I gotta say, I'm really disappointed in the coaching. Like, I knew there was going to be a drop off. We had two brand new coordinators. One of them has already lost his job and sent upstairs, and they put Matt Patricia in his position. Patricia did a little bit better, but not much better. And then the offensive side of the ball is just so predictable, and dumb mistakes. I put a lot of these last few losses, even the other previous games being close, directly on Jalen Hurts.
Damn, but he was sick, though. He was sick.
I don't give a fuck.
He flew in a different plane than the rest of the team. I could not
give less of a fuck.
It was so loud in Seattle, though. Come on, he had a headache.
I do not care about anything. If you're on the field, you're expected to make decisions that help your team win. And he made multiple decisions in that fourth quarter that led to the team losing. You can't throw two picks when you've got wide open players and you just need a first down. Or when you just need to go 15 yards to kick a field goal and tie the game and send it to overtime. There's simple things that end up costing you the game, and they've been making mistakes all year long. And now, before, it was, we just find a way to win. Oh, the resilience from this team. Oh, we have so many different ways to achieve our goals. They had all these fucking slogans and cliches that they can come up with when they're winning. But now it's just we're not meeting the standard. We're not committed. Oh, we have to look ourselves in the mirrors. No, you got to fucking play better. You have to make smart decisions. You have to stop going for the home run all the time. You have to stop thinking. Sirianni today, he was talking about, we threw it to AJ Brown on that long pass when it was caught by Julian Love after he already caught one fucking pick. We were looking for the pass interference. Who fucking throws the ball looking for pass interference unless a flag has already been thrown? And then you're just throwing it down the field because there's a flag anyway and it's coming back.
Especially when you're away, too.
What are you talking about? The refs were going with Seattle the whole fucking game.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
you play to win. You don't play to fucking appease the refs. Like, it's soft, dumb shit. It makes me so mad.
Damn.
It makes me so... Like, I'm disgusted by it. And I can tell you right now, this team, the way they've been playing, I don't know if they're going to win out the rest of the 3 games. How the fuck would I know that? Because they have to play the Giants twice. Division games, everybody that watches NFL knows those games are shit shows. Anything can fucking happen. So we're going to have the Giants come to us, then go up to MetLife, and we got to play the Cardinals, who are surging at the end of the fucking season because now Kyler Murray's back. And I can't trust this team to make the right decisions. I can't trust this team to, I don't know, figure out how to run the ball, figure out how to check down to the right open-ass running back who's got 15 yards of open field in front of him. But no, we're going to throw a bomb 40 yards so it can be picked off by the safety who already picked you off once because you're staring at A.J. Brown the whole time.
So you're not excited that they made the playoffs?
No, because the way they're playing right now, they'll be lucky to win their division. And if they win the division, fine. They'll be the second or third seed. But then who do they have to play?
Yeah.
These wild card teams aren't no pushovers. I'm not happy.
Yeah.
I'm not happy.
Hopefully when we come back, they'll be still playing. But we'll see.
We will see. We will see. I mean, shit, if they're still playing on the 17th of January, that's going to be like the getting ready for the NFC Championship. So,
yeah.
We'll see.
Stay tuned, guys. Brian's tune definitely changed from the beginning of the season.
Listen, when they were getting ready to start this gauntlet where they had the Dolphins, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, the Bills, like I was positive still because they were playing not good teams. They were making mistakes, and I'm like, all right, they're going to get it together. But we're way past the halfway point in the season now.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they made it past that run. They went 4-2 against all winning teams, which is great, but they did it by the skin of their teeth, and it was more so the other teams fucking up than them winning the game. So now listen, the chicken's gonna come home to roost eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, well, let's change the subject to something more positive, man. Your boy Dame Lillard, man, he reached 20K, right? Is it 20K points?
20,000 points.
Damn.
20,000 points. He's like the 50th player in the league to ever do that.
Nice. And the Bucks, they've been looking a lot better recently.
Well, yeah. I mean, Dame started scoring over 30 points every game.
Oh,
so now they look great. He finally started heating up. I knew it was going to take a couple months.
Yeah.
Typically, even when he was on the Blazers, he would start to heat up around December, January, February. I remember a couple years back when he had like a whole bunch of 60-point games. It was like in that January, February time frame. So I'm happy. They still have some gaps from a defensive standpoint, but the team
everybody in the NBA does.
Yeah, that's a fact. I feel like every single game is over 120 points right now. It's crazy. Yeah,
it's crazy.
But shout out to Dame. And he did it in big boy fashion. I mean, 40 points, 7 3-pointers. Like he was making it rain. He was making it rain. Shout out to Dame.
Yep, he's like divorced Dame is different.
Yo, he's still working through the separation. He'll get there. He'll get there.
He will get there, man. Our boy Ye, he got divorced, but he got remarried, and now he's releasing a new album, man. You asked me last week. You said, 1 out of 10. What do you think the chances are that this album's coming out on Friday? I said 2. You were surprised, but that shit did not drop.
I was surprised and then upset. Honestly, I was looking forward to it. I'm still looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really good. People that listened to the live stream had some positive feedback for it, but what are they saying now? When is it coming out?
New Year's Eve, man, December 31st. So
I like that.
We're going to go into 2024 with Vultures. You know, hopefully, I still don't know, but yeah, he's been doing raves like in Vegas and Miami. You know, he reunited with Kid Cudi. You know, he had Freddie Gibbs, Lil Durk, Offset, and more. You know, so many people out there with him. You know, I'm super excited for Vultures, man. Like, I actually the one song Vultures that they released over Thanksgiving, I was just listening to it earlier today, and I actually like it now. I didn't like it as much. It was kind of underwhelming, but now I really like it. So I'm really excited for this this new project.
Dude, can you answer this for me? Like, other than being a beautiful woman, what is like, who is Yes Jules? Like, is she just like a culture curator or a culture vulture? Like, she was all over that stream, like right next to Ye, recording for him, like doing all these different things. And I don't understand.
Man, I don't understand. She's a white girl with a fat ass on Instagram.
That's a
like
fact.
Hip hop culture. Who Daniel Caesar got fucking canceled because he stood up for her. So I'm not saying nothing.
Listen, I like her. I don't know if I've said this before, but like when a woman has that little raspy voice, not like it. There's levels to it. Now, not the smoker voice, just a little edge to the voice. It sounds good.
Yeah,
and then it obviously helps. She's got a bodacious behind, but
wagon. Yeah,
she's definitely carrying something behind her. But I mean, I just don't understand how she gets into these.
That's how you just answered your own question.
Well, I ain't mad at it then. Never mind.
White girl with a wagon, you get into anywhere you want. This is America.
Oh man.
Oh shit. Yo, Troy, are you excited for the new Ye Ty Dolla album?
I was, but I keep on like hearing new things about this album. Okay. Like, I'm not sure if you guys heard about the whole album cover controversy going on.
No, I didn't. What's up with that?
So the album cover looked dope. What happened?
So apparently, so the artist who it's based off of, it was Hitler's favorite artist.
Okay.
Which is problematic. Again, this artist died before like they weren't, the artist and Hitler did not coexist at the same time, but Hitler did like this guy. And the album cover is also based off of this former Nazi guy who murdered one of his bandmates back in the day, part of like some Norwegian black death metal group, and it's literally like almost identical to this album. And just like Kanye, again, you know, he has his own opinions, but he's kind of towing that line, and it's really getting annoying because it's like, okay, dude, you're not, at least for me, I'm like, you're not fooling me. I'm getting kind of annoyed, so now I'm kind of like, I'm on the fence now. I'm a little annoyed and disappointed.
Damn, I'm not. I mean, I feel like being annoyed and disappointed with being a Kanye fan is just a part. That's life. I don't care personally. Like, I'm excited for the music. I think Ye does this stuff, and I don't know what the point of it all is, but it gets people talking. It gets picked up in
gets the people
media.
Going. Gets the people going. I saw that he had like this little 10-minute rant, and I sent it to you guys. I will say, I listened to like the first minute and a half, and I was like, I see where this is going. I'm going to stop listening.
Oh my God. That rant, well, yeah, I listened to the whole thing, man.
You did?
Yeah.
And any thoughts?
Yeah, this one part was really funny. I want to play it real quick. I like pulled a clip from it.
Just don't get us canceled, all right? Don't do that. No,
it's just like... Oh shit! No, damn! Now I gotta scroll. Yeah, no, here it is.
Ain't nobody stop. Shut up! Be quiet before you get X out.
Jules, shut the fuck up!
Before you get exiled. That's so dope. I just can't be mad at that. I'm sorry, but
we'll see. This man is so biblical.
We'll see, you know. I'm gonna listen to the album. I'm excited for it. I'm so happy to see, you know, Kid Cudi and Kanye get back together. Mm-hmm. I was actually really surprised to see him there. But Troy, you know, we saw Kid Cudi earlier this year. What did you think when you saw them hugging each other?
I was happy. I was happy that they kind of pieced it up. You know, I know like it feels like their friendship has been back and forth over the past like 10 years, but I'm very happy, you know, that they're both in a good place to be able to be like, hey, you know what? We both did our things. Let's come together and just promote that love and positivity that they're both trying to do so hard. So I'm a fan of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And Cudi's album Insano's coming out in January. So Might get back-to-back albums.
That should be comical to me, but
what you mean? Like, why?
It's just like y'all are two grown men, like, and they treat their friendship like it's
little girls, like middle school girls.
Yeah, like it's like this weird toxic relationship. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I mean, listen, I'm with everybody else. I'm happy when they get back together. But then when they break up, I'm just like, we know you're gonna see him again. Like, we know you're gonna make up. You're gonna be cool. Like, it'll happen eventually. Maybe you won't make music again. Maybe he won't wear your clothes. But it's gonna work. So I don't know.
Yeah, I was happy to see them together again. You know, they've done so much great things together.
True.
You know, over the last 15 years they've been working together. So I'm happy to hear that they're. Hopefully we hear Cudi on this album, and maybe we'll hear Ye on Cudi's album. I'm not sure, but it was nice to see them hug each other and piece it up because I love both those artists. And I'm excited for new music because this year, honestly, music wasn't really hitting for me like that. So I'm hoping 2024 is a little bit better. Yeah,
a little bit dry. I mean, we talked a little bit about the Grammy nominations and things like that, and not a whole lot. Not a whole lot in there.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. Nicki Minaj says that she's not gonna clear her verse for New Body, which she recorded 5-6 years ago for Yandi.
She don't fuck with you.
Yeah. You saw that she's doing a new interview with Joe Budden soon?
I did see that. I saw she was on Kai Sinet's live stream and stuff like that, shaking her butt.
She looks good, man. You think she did Ozempic, man?
She did whatever the celebrity women do. I mean, the same thing happened with Cardi. Like, they have babies, and then next thing you know, they come back skinnier than before. It's like how I don't know how physics works, but the doctors they need credit.
Yeah,
I will stand on that forever. So, she did look really good though.
Yeah,
skin clear, wagon shaking. Stomach on flat.
Yeah, shout out to Nicki, man. I hope they drop that interview soon.
Yeah, she's definitely on her little press tour right now, promoting the album and stuff like that.
Number one. Yeah, she's the first female rapper to have 3 number 1 albums.
Wow.
Yeah,
shout out to Nicki. Shout out to Nicki. I still have not listened to it. I told y'all before, usually my metric for listening to a Nicki album is whether or not Nat tells me to listen, and I don't think she listened to it yet. So.
Yep, Nat, it's your fault.
Exactly. Listen, you got to pick up the ball. Come on, let's go.
Exactly, man. I'm looking forward to the Joe Budden interview. I will say I did recently unsubscribe from my Patreon for Joe Budden.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
Because they released a Patreon episode yesterday called Homie Court. It was the last straw for me. I'm like, why am I paying my money to these people to contribute to Ice's beard, Mel bashing, Joe's...
Yeah, they've been bashing Mel for 6 months straight.
Bro, it's crazy. I'm contributing to fucking Joe's terrible fits. He looks like a fucking taxi driver.
He's just a really rich homeless person. That's exactly how he dresses.
And also I'm contributing to him tricking. And I'm like, you know what? For 2024, I'm trying to focus more on creating than consuming. So I'm like, I need to cut down on this anyway. But the last episode on Patreon, they spent 50 minutes talking about Melissa posting on her Instagram stories and how it hurt their feelings and how she's too sensitive on the podcast.
They've talked about that a few times though, and it's
too many times. It's I can't take it anymore. So I
don't know how she does. I don't know how she deals with it. Listen, ladies, if we have a woman guest up here, we are not gonna just dogpile you and bash you and things like that. So M Ford, if you want to come and talk to us, you are more than welcome. More than welcome. We will show you all the love in the world. But yeah, which tier were you?
The $10 tier.
Okay, so. Not too bad. But still, that's $10 a month.
Hell yeah, for some shit that for me,
they're dropping it on YouTube. That's how I've been catching up.
It's just if I'm not enjoying it, then why support it? You know.
Yeah,
Also, you know, I don't know. I like leaving comments sometimes and, you know, shitting on Ice. He's really been getting on my nerves the last few months, honestly. Like, I was so happy that he was not on today's podcast, man. I like my JBP like I like my lemonade, man. No ice, bro. Like, I'm done.
Yeah, I don't. I always say no ice when I get drinks at the restaurants and stuff too. Nat says you're tired of Joe's nasally ass. She hates his voice, but I agree. It was funny when they did the like end of year wrap up from Reddit, and Ice was like the bottom of every single list. I'm like, dude, that should tell you something. Like, you don't add a lot.
No, he like, just tries to be cool, man. He just repeats shit.
Yeah, he used to be better, but now he's like morphed into Maul, basically.
For real, man. He tries to be cool. I guess he's dating this new chick, and he feels the need to, like, I don't know, be somebody he's not. And now he's dyeing his beard. I don't care about him dyeing the beard. Like, if you want to, my dad dyed his hair for a long time, and I was like, dude. Finally, he let it go when I think it was like 70. But 10 years later, it's looking still just salt and pepper. Not all white or anything like that. But that beard distracts me, man. I can't contribute it to any money toward it no more.
I think, though, worse than him dyeing it is the fact that he has like, his beard would grow like up to here, but he cuts it down like a few inches so that it's like much thinner, similar to a chin strap, the way you described. Yeah. And you see the shadow of where his hair is already starting to come back. And I'm like, dude, you gotta be smarter than that. Yeah. Like, if you got a full beard, then have a full beard. When Mario came on the show, he had a real nice beard, but he like made it nice and thick.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Shout out to JBP, you know, still love him.
Of course. Listen, I'm still listening and everything like that, but y'all got to figure out I'm surprised with Joe being who he is and how he evaluates their show and the content that they put out, that it has not jumped out to him that them shitting on Mel is like a negative.
Because he's an egomaniac. He doesn't care. You know, and that leads to more comments from people. So He just wants to get more of a reaction. He's throwing her under the bus for, you know, his own personal reasons.
Now, granted, a lot of the stuff is warranted.
I don't think so. But but today's episode was a lot better. They made me laugh and I felt good. But yesterday's Patreon episode was the last straw for me to pay money. I'm going to still listen, but you know, things are going to change in 2024. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's just one of my icks, but, you know, these women on TikTok, they've been listing their icks for men. It's a trend, man. They've been going in, yo.
They're not happy with us. They're really not happy with us.
I won't put myself in the list of these guys, man. No one's put me on TikTok talking about this is my ick. If someone does that to me, we done. I'm sorry. Fuck that shit.
So basically, they came up with a few different videos of things that they just hate that men do, or that men are like unaware of that they do, and it really turns them off. One of the clips is basically this guy just like putting groceries in the refrigerator, but he's putting the groceries away in small no-show socks. And the comments, they were roasting this guy. They were talking about him like he was a ballerina. They were saying that you know, he's got small feet, that he should wear more manly socks and things like that. They were going after him just over the type of socks that he wore. Now, I will say I don't have any no-show socks, and I'm not a fan of them personally.
Damn, I have a lot of no-show socks. I mean,
really?
I don't wear them like in the wintertime, but in the summertime all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
But do you wear them just the socks?
Sometimes, for sure. For sure. Like, I have no problem with that. I mean, mine fit me. It never looks like that. But no one's taking no video of me putting away groceries either. I would not have that shit. Sorry.
When I first saw this picture, I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was wearing like flats. I thought he was wearing women's shoes. The way that like they were fitting on his feet, I was like, nah, this is crazy.
Yeah, that did look crazy. It also looked crazy when the guy was like laying on his mom's lap because his stomach hurt.
Yeah.
And you know, this girl, she put up a TikTok. She's like, you know, my 6'3" boyfriend is laying on his mom. It's crazy.
That's hate. That's hate. She's just jealous.
She said, my grown 6'3" husband is cuddling his mommy. Oh.
Actually, she's cuddling him, but whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's okay for this to be a trend for women to bash men. I feel like if it was the other way around, it wouldn't be as funny. I don't know. Maybe.
Is there anything that that you do that like a girl, if she saw it, she would be like, oh, that's nasty, or that is like a turn off or something like that?
If it was, I wouldn't say it here. What?
That's fair. That's fair.
Do you have anything in mind?
I mean, the only thing I know that my girl doesn't like is she's annoyed when I watch anime. Excuse me. Because she's not a huge fan. Now, I've slowly been like trying to work anime into the things that she watches. Like there's been a couple that we've watched together. Okay. And she's enjoyed them. But it's a slow burn.
Wow. It's been years.
Yeah. Not even, honestly. I only started trying, I would say, this year.
Wow.
There was one, it's called Kotaro something. But it's on Netflix, and it's about like this little kid who basically acts like an adult. But she likes that one. It's really funny. There may have been like one other one, but yeah, that's probably the one thing that annoys her. But I don't think anything like this, where like 2 of these are with feet in the article. Yeah. The other one was like this guy using his foot to touch the touchscreen in the airplane. That's fucking disgusting.
That is gross.
That's nasty. I don't care if it's a guy, woman, child, a dog. No, that's nasty. Put your foot in your shoe and put it down.
Yeah. I agree with that. I disagree with putting your partner on blast on TikTok for likes, but hey, this is their relationship. Troy, what did you take from this? Can you think of anything that you do?
Yeah. I get made fun of because I wear my socks really high up, and I always have like nerdy socks. And every time I'm just walking around the house, Shannon or my partner's like, "Why are your socks so high? No one likes it." And I'm like, they show off my calves. I put a lot of hard work into it, but she hates it. But I don't care. I'm not stopping.
Damn. Wait. What do you do for your calves?
I do jump rope, weighted jump rope, nice. And I walk on the treadmill a lot and do jogging, stuff like that. Yeah.
Work hard.
Yeah. Earn these calves.
I like that. I like that. I'm going to have to start doing jump rope then. Build up my calves a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, there are some icks for men. This Fox News study shows that 2/3 of men consider communism to be a red flag in women, which, of course, is a red flag. It's communism.
I mean,
the Red Scare, it's a stupid joke. Sorry. And it's Fox News. Of course, they would report this, but they also said on the flip side that for women, they say for women with more than 3/4 agreeing identifying as a MAGA Republican was the top red flag for them. So it seems to be the opposite, man. What did you take from this? Is this surprising? As a man, would you be turned off by a communist woman?
I don't even know, I don't know women that are really even into politics that much, first off. But I don't want to get put on like some list by the government, but I've never viewed communism as that bad of a thing. I really haven't. Like, I think a lot of people misunderstand communism due to what the media presents and things like that. But at the same time, I understand that communism would probably never work in the world. So that's why I'm not I'm not super threatened by it.
Yeah. For me, I've definitely dated people all over the spectrum. People who are a little bit more radically progressive. It's never a turn off to me because I find it interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm progressive myself, so I'm not threatened by it at all. I did find it a little bit funny that I guess two-thirds of men considered a red flag, but they also said some other guys said that their red flags were if a potential girlfriend starts invading their personal space. This guy says when she's getting a little too comfortable and kind of breaching the privacy zone and the individual barrier zone. And I think that's lame, honestly. If I'm feeling a girl that I like her and she kind of invades my my privacy, I'm like, okay, she's feeling me, and I'll be welcome to, get closer to her too. Like, I don't feel like it's an attack unless it's unwanted attention. I would say I do get annoyed when people are a little bit too touchy-feely, like when I am dating them, like this one girl I dated. And I would okay, we got like takeout one time, and she brought takeout for me, and it was really good food. But like we were sitting and eating, and she's just like latched onto my arm while we're eating, and I'm like, that's a little bit too far.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's like, nah, we can have our own privacy, like and separate space and like breathing room. And bubble when I'm trying to eat.
There's a level of cleanness that I feel like it's like flirting, versus like a stalker. I don't know, man. Troy, do you have any icks that come to mind?
I don't think so. I think I'm pretty understanding, and I'll give people a chance. And like you said, if someone does talk about, oh yeah, they're like interested in communism or something, I'm not against it. I'd be for it. I like hearing people. I like knowing how people work and how they think. So as long as they can explain it, they're just not like following some trend or something, I would like that.
But you wouldn't like if they were like a Nazi.
Absolutely, no Nazis allowed.
No, not that's a whole different category. But like with communism, the definition is that basically it's a political theory that leads to society having all property be publicly owned, and each person works and is paid according to their abilities and needs. I think in a theoretical sense, I think that's a fucking great idea.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I think teachers should make more money. I don't think athletes should make millions of dollars. Like, there's different things that I think in an ideal world, this would improve a lot. But then in the other side of the spectrum, that's just not how capitalism works. And I like money, and I like having nice things, and I like being able to make more than probably I'm worth. Like, it just doesn't, it's not, that's why I say I don't think communism is really realistic.
Yeah, what Brian's really saying is, if you like communism, move to China.
Well, I mean, even in China, it's not true communism.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy over there. I would not want to live there, but I don't think it's a true reflection of communism.
The only place that there might be true communism is North Korea, and look at how that's going.
Listen.
Like, you literally have to silos yourself off from the entire world, don't interact with anyone, so that you can create this, like, perfect communist utopia.
That's a dictatorship, and that's a
I use the word perfect very loosely in the terms of they have plenty of people starving and things like that, at least according to what our media tells us. Who knows what's really going on?
That one guy in the army who crossed over.
Yeah, he wanted to be over there. He was like, it's so great over here. And then they shot his ass.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, everyone has their icks. I think it's a trend now, for people to highlight them, especially on TikTok. But, Gen Z's heavy on TikTok. But, Gen Z's also heavy on suffering from menu anxiety when they go out to eat, man. A surprising majority of young people reported suffering from menu anxiety while eating in a public setting. A study conducted by research restaurant chain Prezzo found. Researchers asked more than 2,000 people how relaxed they felt when eating out, hoping to gauge how enjoyable the experience was.
No pause needed there. No pause needed.
For everyone, about 86% of Gen Z adults aged 18 to 24 in the study admitted they have suffered from menu anxiety when dining in restaurants, compared to 67% of all respondents. Some of these young adults reported feeling so anxious, they wind up asking other people at the table to speak to waiters when they want to order on their behalf. Some even took to the extreme, with almost 40% of Gen Z customers saying they simply wouldn't go out to dinner if they couldn't check the menu first. Damn, that's a high percentage, man. What did you think about this? Did it surprise you?
Dog, when I read this, my whole thought wave was, we literally have started to create some of the softest people in the fucking world. Like, they come up with a name for literally every little feeling that they might have. menu anxiety.
Man, you know it's hard. You love food, and I know it could, give you some
but
trouble.
I don't get anxiety from it. Like, listen, anytime I go to a restaurant, this happens most times, especially when I go out with Nat. It's like I'll come up with 3 things that I definitely want for my entree, 3 things that I might want for my appetizer. And then based on those 3, you narrow it down. You make a game time decision. But do I get anxiety from that? No. I feel like that's such a trumped up word for like a simple feeling of, oh my God, I have to choose one. Like, what the fuck are we doing right now?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, that was just what I thought. That was just what I thought when I looked at this and read the article.
Yeah, I was surprised that the number was that high. I mean, I wasn't super surprised that people experience this because I've been out with younger people, and I understand the difference of dynamic of people who kind of grew up more in the real world than on the internet, and these Gen Z people, they were kind of more sheltered in a way. But 86% is such a crazy high number. That's like almost all of them.
But that's also, you know what that tells me as well? It tells me that we take these words that are supposed to mean serious things, anxiety, and everybody just wants to, I don't know if it's FOMO, I don't know what it is, but everybody's like, oh my God, this makes me so anxious. Like, nah, you don't have like tension, worried thoughts, physical changes, increased blood pressure. Like, that's what anxiety is. Anxiety is shit that makes you have a panic attack. It makes you have literally physical emotions that make you sick. That's anxiety.
Yeah.
Choosing what you're about to eat is like the peak of privilege when you go to a restaurant. And people are anxious about that. This is stupid. Yeah. People are soft, man. Y'all got to stop with this bullshit.
Yeah. Talking about you so anxious. You're not genuine. You ain't anxious. Get the fuck out of here.
Classic song.
Oh
Classic
my God.
Song.
Yeah. Shout out to Gen Z though. We still love you guys. We see you in the
18 to 24-year-olds. Y'all better grow up.
Yeah, they will. And they'll kill restaurants. But it's all good. More food for me. But yeah, Gen Z.
Goddamn, Nick's beating the shit out of the Nets
in front of Travis Scott. Yo, hell yeah. Yo, I saw Travis Scott tickets for $45. I was tempted.
It's not bad. I mean, $45, you can't go wrong with that.
Right, but I still don't feel right going. I really don't.
RIP.
It's tempting though. I don't know, but Gen Z, they're also very confident that they can write a better self-help book than the rest of the generations. Now, they can't read a menu at a restaurant, but they can tell you how to live your life, man. A recent survey of 2,000 U.S. adults discovered that youth and wisdom are not mutually exclusive, with Gen Z at 81%. They are more confident they can pen a book with life advice than millennials, which are at 48%, or boomers at 28%. Now, when I saw these numbers at first, I was like, damn, the older you get, the more you just realize you got no answers for life.
I was like, damn, these are the same exact numbers that we just saw in the menu anxiety shit. Y'all have no self-awareness. You are complete idiots. You need to spend some time alone and grow up. Like, listen, God. I don't know what it was about these 2 articles. I don't think I have anything against Gen Z.
Yeah.
Like, I have nieces that are in Gen Z, and I love them very much, and they don't piss me off. But
Don't go out to eat with them.
No, I do. That's what I'm saying. But when I go out to eat with them, they know what they want. Like,
yeah, they not the 80%.
I don't think they're naive enough to think that they have enough wisdom at age 21 and 18 to be able to write a self-help book.
It sounds like a good conversation for Christmas, man.
They haven't even experienced life. Like, life is really, in all reality, just starting when you're like in that 18 to 24 range.
Yeah.
Even for us at our age, we're still very early in life.
Yes.
The next 25 years is really going to tell us about like who we are and really define everything that'll come for the 30 years after that. But like, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like 81%.
People are nuts.
Yeah, young people are nuts. I feel like
their perception, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy. It's so off.
I just feel like that's just a symptom of being young. We just talked about Anthony Edwards, you know? We just talked about Ja Morant. And I feel like when you live life, you kind of realize you don't have all the answers. And that kind of explains, you know, why they're so confident, you know? But also, like, I personally, like, I don't know. I've never been into self-help books, and I kind of judge people when they when they post like quotes and stuff, because I feel like it's all pretty obvious. But I would never read no fucking self-help book from anyone who's fucking under 50 years old. I'm sorry. I don't respect your opinion. You haven't lived life. You can't read off of a menu. Shut the fuck up.
Dude, I think it's very ironic that, like, based on the generations, like Gen Z, millennials, boomers, the percentage just continues to go down for the number of people that think they could actually write a self-help book.
Yeah.
And that speaks volumes.
Yeah, Troy, what do you take from this Gen Z info, man?
I find it very entertaining. You know, it's almost like cute, like, oh, you poor thing, like you don't know how the world really works.
You poor thing, thinking you got it figured out.
Yeah, you know the answer is okay, cool, solve it. You can't even order off a menu. Like, I just find it very entertaining. Not really threatening, and you know, I hope they get their shit together, because I do agree. I think that generation is more on the softer side, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Hopefully they get it together, man. Hopefully people get it together on these flights, man, especially these fucking Spirit and Frontier flights. Now, we talked about the plane meltdown on Frontier, and we have the video for you guys. This is amazing. You know, it's like the exorcism 30 miles above Earth.
Yeah, exorcism and snakes on a plane together or something like that. I don't know. Here, let's take a look. She's crawling over the seats. Nah, then of course she starts swinging on the black guy, and he's trying to mediate the situation.
I need everyone, please take your seats now, please.
Oh, now we got the evangelist on the plane.
That's not her. She's possessed and she needs help. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but I'm telling you right now, Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. And there's nobody that's going to come to the God, the Father, without Jesus Christ. And I'm telling you right now, the spirit of peace is the only thing y'all need.
She preaching on the flight. I'm not mad at it, though. It got quiet when she started preaching.
It got quiet when she started preaching because, you know, something crazier happened and the bitch crawling over the seats.
Nah, but when she started singing, that's nuts.
Yeah.
She was like, let me lay hands on this woman.
Yeah, man.
Bless her. Bless her.
Man, this happened on a Frontier Airlines jet traveling from Houston to Denver, but they had to stop off in Dallas after the troubled passenger started wailing like her leg was cut off, stirring a huge disturbance. Now, you know, this one woman decided to, you know, announce to the whole plane that this woman was possessed and everyone needs Jesus.
She said, that's not her. She's possessed. She needs help.
And the crazy thing is, this is just a normal Frontier flight. That's why the prices are so cheap.
This happens every time. No big deal.
For real. It's like when you check into a Frontier flight, it's like they ask you, are you crazy? And you have to say yes to get in.
If you say no, you lose your discount.
Oh my God. Yeah, for real, man. But this isn't the only crazy, you know, discount airline event that's happened, man. On Spirit Airlines, another, you know, discount airlines, man. A Polish man, you know, he's now in Colombian police custody after he was filmed punching a police officer. Oh shit. He was filmed punching a police officer, man. He went crazy, and now a viral video, man. This guy, he was upset, yo. He pretty much, he told the police You wish you could be in America, man. He later could be heard shouting, "Fuck you, bitch," at the other passenger. He was being escorted off the flight by the flight attendant, man. And he caused a whole ruckus, man, on the Spirit Airlines flight.
Things got a little crazy. Let's take a look. So that's the Colombian police right there. And they're trying to like push him off the plane. He turns back. Somebody said something smart to him, and then after that, he just starts swinging.
Oh my god!
The cops are fighting it. He fought the cops back for a little bit, and then they started going ham on him. Started dropping elbows.
Oh my god! They were waiting for this.
Yeah, I don't think Colombia got the same rules we got.
No.
Because they were putting a whooping on him, and then he ended up getting off the plane pretty quick after that.
Yeah, they put him in a chokehold, man. And the police, they claimed the unruly passenger was drunk when they arrived, and attributed his behavior to an ongoing custody battle, with the mother of his son, who currently lives in Colombia. And I think that explains everything.
That's a headache. That is a headache.
Colombian baby mama.
Passport bro's gone wrong.
For real. This is the dark side, guys. Exactly. We started the year off talking about passport
This is what
bros.
they don't show you.
You fighting cops on the Spirit Airline flight. Oh man.
It was all a dream until it wasn't.
Oh my god, for real. Shout out to Colombia. Spirit and Frontier Airlines. Be careful. Be careful. Get what you pay for, guys. But yeah, we definitely covered Passport Bros in 2023.
Yeah.
Amongst so many other things, bro. Like, what were your favorite topics, man? So what are some of your favorite topics this past year?
Honestly, there were a lot. So we had like 30 episodes this year, 30 pages worth of content for the most part. There was some really appealing and fun stuff.
Yeah.
You think about like Paul Pierce. Some of the things that he did were really funny. I think Brittany Renner and Shaq. That covers like some of the NBA topics. I think Jalen Rose. He was great. And then you go into Jeezy. That was recent. Yeah. Jeezy in his interview with Nia Long was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But there were some old topics as well. And we've got some videos for sure that I want to show to everybody just about some of the different things that we discussed. So one of the really popular ones that we had was, of course, our favorite, Jada Pinkett Smith and Will.
We also posted the video of Will getting a massage from a man, and he's just like, "Oh, only a man knows what a man needs.
Only a man knows what a man needs."
They zoom in to Jada's face, and she's disgusted.
Yeah, I did see that. Oh man, but I don't know. They've got a very strange relationship.
Oh my god, yeah. Shout out to Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith, man.
Yeah. I mean, from some of the things that she said, the book, the things that he said, it's been a saga for the last like 3 years.
Yeah. She's really milking the shit out of that slap that almost happened. It'll be 2 years in March, right?
Yeah. And what did she say about it? She said this was a gift from God.
Man, I actually have some audio. I wanted to play like just a little bit, of a tribute, because for me, Jada Pinkett Smith was the person of the year for 2023. She was definitely the person of No Chill Live because she's provided so much great content. But yeah, I have a compilation I wanted to share just with, some of the press run that she did earlier this year. She said so much. But let me pull it up real quick. Shit.
Yeah, I just person of the year. Really, that's who you're going with?
Yeah, 100%. Here you go.
I feel like you're a straight talker.
I am.
Except you're not sometimes.
Yeah.
Our marriage
but you're
is not traditional in the sense of here we are married, but not. Would it be easier to go and find somebody else and have a more pleasing, more comfortable relationship? Maybe.
He's learning how to suffer differently.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How does that look?
We've learned how to maneuver the, physical world. And those rules of the 3D world don't apply to the inner world.
Sitting at the Oscars, I did not walk in there as his wife. I'm walking out of here as your wife now.
I didn't come in here as your wife. I'm leaving as your wife.
I might not have walked in there as his wife, but I left that night
As his wife.
as his wife.
Yeah, shout out to Jada Pinkett Smith. She did not go into the Oscars as his wife, but she left as his wife.
I've said this before. I really don't use the hate word, but I hate what she's been doing.
Damn.
I really do. It's disgusting. It's nasty stuff.
Does it end in 2024, or will we get more of this next year?
No, we're going to get more of this because at this point, this is who they are, first off. Second off, she doesn't have any movies or anything queued up. I mean, if she does, they're going to be trash. And Will coin flip is probably going to be trash too. It's just, this is what they are.
Yeah, she had quite the year, especially since the slap happened last year. She lost the red table. She released a book that nobody read, but hey, she did 1,000 interviews.
She has been the talk of the town, and I guess that's what they want. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
For me, like some of my favorite topics of the year, man, artificial intelligence, AI, man, AI. We started talking about that last year, when we were on Instagram Live, before we even shifted to YouTube and all the other platforms. But AI, it was a hot ass topic, not only on the live, but in the world, man. Some of my favorite moments from AI, man, was when the man was dumped by his AI girlfriend. I was like, that is some of the most loser shit I ever heard in my life. How you get dumped by your AI girlfriend?
Oh man, along those same lines, one of my favorites as well was probably the airplane chick. The infatuation with airplanes and having sex with airplanes.
Oh,
and stuff.
I forgot about her.
That shit was so out of the box and like unexpected, but that one is stuck in my mind.
Wow.
For it just has. It's so strange.
I thought you were talking about that motherfucker's not real airplane chick.
No. That was a good one too, though.
Yeah.
That was a really good one.
Fucking crazier for planes and traveling.
Listen, you got to be careful where you're flying.
Yeah.
You got to be careful.
Another AI thing I love was the AI Trump song, man. That shit was lit.
They snapped on that.
Yeah.
They snapped on that. It was good. That and the way that they mashed up like some different songs with like Rihanna's voice, Beyonce's voice, Drake. I thought those were really cool too.
Yeah, Troy, did you take anything from AI this year?
Yeah, the one mainly is like with the Godfather of AI, like giving us the warning, because I'm all into like the whole like sci-fi dystopian stuff. So I'm like, oh shit, it's happening.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. When we're providing all the aspects of artificial intelligence from 2023 to 2024. Another one of my favorite topics that we covered this year was when the roommate used that used vibrator.
That was nasty. That was really, and then tried to deny it.
Oh my God.
No, that wasn't me. No way.
That was amazing because she put a Sharpie dot on it and put it in her drawer and, looked on her roommate's drawer and saw the Sharpie dot, proved it's the same vibrator. That's just gross.
That's really nasty.
Yeah.
That's really nasty.
I think, cheating. The cheating articles were always great, especially the cheating DoorDasher we talked about a few weeks ago. And
we had a lot of those.
Yeah,
a lot of the cheating ones. The one that probably stuck with me is not cheating, but the one where the lady checked his messages, and he was talking so much shit about her, like, oh, she's ugly. I'm using her for her money, like all that kind of stuff. That one, it was upsetting, but at the same time, good article.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
There was a handful of articles of people going through their partner's phone and finding something terrible.
Y'all got to stop doing that shit. Y'all got to stop doing it. It's not smart.
Yeah. Another one, you mentioned the airplane lady, the first class husband. He flew first class by himself. Told his wife and kids to get back in economy. That was a great conversation.
That is really funny. And ironically, Joe, we were talking about Joe Budden earlier. He did that same thing.
It's not a surprise.
He did that same exact thing. He was like, listen, there was only one first class seat available. There were plenty of economy plus, but that 6-hour flight to Cabo, first class for me. And Sade was in the back, and then Parks was like, oh, did you at least go check on her, go sit with her for a little bit, because she had the whole row open. He was like, no, why would I do that? I'm in first class.
Bro, he farted in her face on their Thanksgiving episode.
At the Thanksgiving. That's a nasty dude.
Yeah,
farting in the face that's a line you can't. That's disrespect.
Yeah, and he also farted in Parks, Ice, and Ice's girlfriend's face too.
Yeah, because he waved it at them.
Ultimate disrespect. Yeah, and Ice just laughed, breathing in his fucking fecal matter. Disgust in his beard.
I would have had to get up. There's no way.
Oh my god, that shit is disgusting. But yeah, man.
Shit, I fart in the vicinity of Nat, and she won't throw a fit. But meanwhile, when she do it, it's like, I just had to. I couldn't. It just came out. I'm like, bro. Where is the double standard here? What are we talking about?
Always a double standard, man. Another one of my favorite topics, bro. We took this to the streets, man. That dying woman who asked her man, can I smash my ex,
no. Oh no. That topic was controversial.
I know.
That was a controversial topic.
The streets were split.
They really were.
Yeah.
And I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Yeah, Troy, were you surprised by the streets' response?
Yeah, that one was very interesting because, just hearing how people think and how they justify, their thought process is very interesting, and I was surprised.
Yeah, because I feel like I was the only one who was okay with it, or at least
the only one up here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, out of us. Yeah. But out in the streets, it was split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, I understand the other perspective, but I'm viewing it from a selfish viewpoint. I definitely am. I'll be honest about it.
No, of course. I don't blame you. A lot of people agree. And when you're married, it is, till death do us part. So I understand that. But if you're dying, then I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna probably do some stuff after you're not here, so whatever. I'm not gonna be happy about it, but I'm not gonna stop.
I think that it's the difference though. If you just said I'm gonna do some stuff after you're not here,
yeah.
But if she gets that hall pass, I'm doing everything while you on your deathbed. I'm doing it all. If I'm not visiting you in the hospital, just assume that I'm out here doing shit in the streets.
Literally in the streets. Everywhere.
Exactly. In our bed that you're not in because you're in the hospital.
Oh my God. Yeah, man. Oh shit, man. I feel like another big trend, we talked about all types of dating trends, that zombieing, gophering, a bunch of other terms I even forget, but one video I think we really like talking about was the 48 oysters, man.
Oh my God, dang, man.
48 oysters.
That was a mess.
This woman, she went out on the first date with a guy, and this bitch ate 48 oysters.
That's crazy. She had to get sick after that.
She was ridiculed online after posting a TikTok of her downing 48 oysters followed by a crab cake and red potato entree while on a date with a man. The man supposedly only had one drink and his impression was no food would be ordered. That's crazy.
48 oysters is nuts. I still stand on that. If you do that by yourself, I understand oysters aren't big. It's a little pause. Slurp it, you slurp it real quick, and then you're good to go. But 48 is crazy. That's crazy, especially if homeboy, he wasn't eating anything.
Yeah, he left her.
Yeah, he did. He had every right to, in my opinion. Yeah, I would have left her too. 48 oysters, man. The most I've had, probably 8 to 10 by myself. ordered a dozen. Nat only wanted a 4 or something like that, and then I ate the rest.
Wow.
But yeah, no.
She had plates stacked on top of each other, and she was video recording the whole thing, which is another pet peeve. Don't fucking video document my first date with you, especially if you expect me to pay for it.
Not a first date. Not a first. Like, we got to be a couple for you to be breaking out your phone and like doing all this other stuff, unless we're both like social media influencers. Like, this is who we are and what we do. We're clear on that. Like, that's a different sort of framework that you're setting and like understanding. But no.
Yeah, I'm not with that shit either, man.
No.
But yeah, we covered so much, and we also had a lot of interviews as well, man. We hit the streets multiple times. We were in Jersey City, Hoboken, and New York.
We did.
We got some clips from that, right? What, just Jersey City or?
Yeah.
Or Hoboken too?
Let me find it.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been all over. We started in May in the summer, Memorial Day weekend, all throughout SantaCon. And we still got more SantaCon videos to come to you guys all throughout the holiday period. So stay tuned. I know everyone really liked the first couple clips, so we got more heat for you guys coming. Have you ever been broken up with?
Yeah, I've been broken up with, and I've broken up with people.
Oh, shit.
When you break up with somebody, you're right. They feel as though that you're the villain. In this city, we got the most bougie, ran through bitches in America. You know what I'm saying? So
it was unique too.
That's a fact. Jersey City, they say nobody's ever really your girlfriend. Everybody just get a turn. Everybody just get their turn.
Damn. Everybody. Oh, it's Wow Liddy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, from Jersey City.
That's right. Shout out to Wow. Oh my God.
Everybody just get a turn here in Jersey City. But yeah, I mean, we had a lot of like good do we have any more from the streets or no?
I don't have any more from the streets. I didn't pull them up.
Well, I remember like the Adam 22 shit on the streets really had it lit up in Hoboken.
It did. People were talking a lot about that. I honestly, Adam 22, he's one of my losers of 2023.
Oh shit, why?
Yeah, I mean, for the simple reason that he started pimping his wife. Like, I mean, listen, from a monetary standpoint, from a content standpoint, I'm sure he had a great year. But from my perspective, the way that whole thing happened with first him letting this dude have sex with his wife, and then he was talking all this smack about how he was doing stuff that you could never do and all these things about Lena the Plug. And then you have this For the Love of Lena show where you're basically setting up for her to have a reality TV show and then have sex with another guy and you. Like, it's just nasty. I don't like it. I think that's loser shit.
Damn.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that's loser shit too. Yeah, I agree. He's definitely one of the biggest losers of 2023. I'd also put Diddy on that list. You know, we've been talking about him the last couple of months, man.
Big time, yeah.
Diddy, he was cut from Revolt, lost a lot of business deals after, settling with Cassie for, well, she sued for $30 million. We don't know how much they settled for, but we could assume it was a lot. And we know his reputation has taken a big hit. So definitely, I don't know.
More charges and allegations coming. So,
yeah. I'm looking forward to the documentary 50 Cent's putting out, man. Did he do it?
That's a great name. That's a great name, though. I'm sure that's not going to be the name of the documentary, but it should be. Did he do it?
Did he do it? I'm not sure, but speaking of 50 Cent, man, I know he was definitely one of my top concerts. We went to see him at Barclays Center. Troy, you've been to the most concerts this year. So you want to start off with your top 5 concerts of the year in 2023, bro?
Yeah, sure. In no order, it was probably JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown Scaring the Hose tour.
So you got the shirt.
I got the shirt. I got a rep. Yep.
Hey.
SZA. I saw SZA in Philly. Got rescheduled.
Nice.
That was a great show. JID and Smino put on a great show over here in New York. I saw this very small underground show with this underground rapper called The God Fahim, who put on a great show, brought out a lot of great artists as well. And last but not least, this Australian rapper Genesis Owusu put on another great show.
Nice.
Some lesser known names. I like that. I like that.
Yeah. What about you? What about you, French Beats? What are your top 5 concerts of the year?
So I would say for me, and I'm gonna rank mine.
Okay.
I didn't not go to as many concerts, but definitely enjoyed all the ones I went to. I would say 50 Cent was probably number 1 for me. Just the production, the people that he brought out, it was really impressive. So 50 was number 1. After that, I would say Nas. It was my first time seeing Nas, and if I hadn't gone to see 50 Cent and 50 hadn't killed it the way he did, Nas would have definitely been number 1.
Queens 1 and 2.
Yeah, you already know. Big Queens. But Nas killed it. Stage presence just by himself. Like, he didn't need like all the glitz and glamour. He was just spitting bars, and it was a great performance in King's Disease, One Night Only in MSG. Nice. And then I would say number 3, Jeezy. Jeezy, just like, he killed it in Philly. I don't know if it's something about like the Philly crowd or just like his presence, like that old school gangsta shit. Like he tore it down. And then 4th was Janelle Monáe. Janelle Monáe had a great show. I really enjoyed it. But
Radio City?
Yeah, that was more for Nat though. Okay. That was more for Nat. But I enjoyed it.
That's nice, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with number 5. I love Madison Square Garden, so Daniel Caesar at Madison Square Garden. That's my number 5. I saw him twice this year.
Oh, twice! Wow.
Yeah, the first time was for Never Enough album in Irving Plaza, which was great. He did the album straight through, but seeing him at MSG do a more wide range of his songs, it was dope, man. I got to shout out Daniel Caesar, my artist of the year. You know, Do You Like Me is my top played song. I played it like 300 times.
300?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I need to know. I love that song in the video. Number 4, you know, seeing Kid Cudi at Terminal 5 at Troy. You know, we saw Cudi we saw him last year at Barclays. You know, I was disappointed. He only did like 15 or 16 songs. He was like sitting down smoking a blunt half the time. You could tell he's a real sensitive artist. He just wasn't into performing. This year, he was giving out Xboxes, fucking merch. He performed for like over 2 hours of just so many songs that I haven't heard him perform. And that was my 4th time seeing him. So that was really nice to see him kind of re-energize as he, you know, positions himself to release Insano next year. So great vibes. Number 3 is Rema in Philly, man. Another Philly concert at the Fillmore. The energy there is my first Afrobeats concert. You know, Rema, he's on the come up. He's super young. Calm Down was probably one of the biggest hits over the last year.
That's a fact.
And he just brought the energy. He put me on to some of his other songs that I didn't know. And now he's one of my favorite artists, like a new artist of this past year. Number 2 is definitely 50 at Barclays. Man, he brought out Flo Rida, The Baby, J. Cole. So many people. Jeremiah, Busta Rhymes opened up. 50 did all the classics. As you said, the production was just top notch. It was like a movie. Man, shout out to 50 Cent. And number 1, man, is Drake at the Apollo, bro. I went with Jenna. Like, he did all the throwbacks. We were right in the front row, open bar, free merch.
You saw Drake twice this year too, right?
Yeah, man. You know, Drake in 21 was a really good show too.
Yeah.
But it's nothing like seeing him at the Apollo.
Yeah.
I did see the 2 Canadian artists twice this year, Daniel Caesar and Drake. But Drake at the Apollo was definitely my top concert in January. First time at the Apollo. He brought out Dipset, man. He brought out 21. It was a real Harlem night, man. And it was awesome, man. It was super surreal. So shout out to Drake. Shout out to 50, Rema, Cudi, Caesar, and all the other artists that, you know, we highlighted from this year.
Definitely. It was a good year.
Yeah.
It was a really, really busy year, productive. Saw some really great things, great experiences all around.
Yeah, man, definitely great experiences, great times. And next year, I know, you know, you had mentioned hitting up some music festivals and some other things. You know, we hit the streets a lot this year. 2024, we're going to expand, you know, now that we know we can be so flexible and versatile. You know, we're going to definitely take these experiences and share them with you guys, and, you know, give you guys some more content.
Yeah, for sure. We where did we start off the year? We started off the year in Jersey City, right? with hitting the streets, which was a good time. We were right over downtown.
Yep.
And what is that area called?
Just downtown.
Yeah, downtown.
Grove Street area.
Exactly. Yeah, we did some interviews over there. And then after that, it seemed like we were just making our way to New York. Yeah. Like after that, we went to Hoboken, which was really fun.
That was crazy. It was right after a thunderstorm. People were already out.
Yeah, people were outside. It was, we had people lined up to speak to us. It was dope. It was really cool. And then after that, we just hit the city and we never turned back.
Yeah, never turned back.
Yeah. Went to meatpacking, went to SantaCon. But we also had a really cool guest join us. I am Cincinnati Man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Cincinnati Man. You know, we had great conversations, talk about some of the hot topics of the year. You know, Beyonce's Renaissance tour, which none of us went to, but he went to.
That's right.
He also reviewed, you know, Barbie and Oppenheimer. So yeah, shout out to Cincinnati Man. You know, he definitely puts out a lot of great reviews. He was just reviewing that new Netflix movie. I haven't seen it yet with Julia Roberts. Have you seen it yet?
I have. I honestly, I saw some reviews killing it and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie.
Damn, Troy, did you see it yet?
I did, yeah.
What is it called?
Leave the World Behind?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I did. I'm biased because the creator created my favorite show, Mr. Robot, Sam Esmail. So so I watched it and it got hyped up a lot. I don't think it necessarily lived up to the hype, but I still enjoyed it. Yeah. I get why people didn't like it, but I liked it.
I agree with that. It was blown up to be a little bit bigger. I think because of some of the names that were
the Obamas.
Yeah. The Obamas producing it, the actors that were in it. Some of those things hyped it up. I can't remember the one girl's name. She's from that show in HBO.
It's like 3 hours long, right?
No, I don't think it was 3. Maybe like 220.
Yeah, 220, something like that.
It's still a little long.
I honestly, when I was watching it, it came across as pretty realistic to me.
Okay. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna check it out. You know, my mom really liked it. Jenna said it's interesting, so she told us that SantaCon. I remember. I'm gonna check it out over the break, but I have heard mixed reviews. I love Mr. Robot, so maybe I like it. Second season of Mr. Robot, you know, lost a lot of people, but I stuck through it and I really enjoyed it.
Same
through the end. So, you know,
second season is when they lost me.
Yeah,
fair.
You can't do the same trick twice.
Exactly.
You can't do that. Yeah. But whatever. It all they made up for it in my opinion.
Absolutely.
But yeah, 2024, I don't know, like personally, like I have goals. Like I said before, I'm gonna try to consume less and create more. And I'm just so proud of all the work that we did this year and all the support that we've gotten from you guys. Like we appreciate all of our subscribers. You know, we started at like fucking 5 subscribers on YouTube. Now we're over 400, you know, over 500,000 views on YouTube. You know, we are on every platform. We have thousands and thousands of views, you know, on our shorts. You know, we collaborated with so many people on the streets. And, you know, I feel like we really built a solid foundation. And I'm so excited to go into 2024, you know, with my brothers and, you know, us really kind of, you know, taking our ideas out into the streets and you know, making the best of these wacky ass topics, man.
Yeah, there's still a lot of runway left, and I'm definitely appreciative too of everything that we've done together as a dynamic trio and everything that's to come. Make sure you all follow them, subscribe, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. We're everywhere. Whether it's, you know, the live content, video versions, or if you want to tune into the podcast as well while you're doing whatever you're doing day in, day out. Make sure you send us some DMs as well. You know, let us know if there's specific topics that you really enjoyed. If there's things you want us to dig into as we go into 2024, we'll be happy to take that advice. And don't forget, you know, if you want to join us, talk a little bit about some topics, we would love to have some guests as well.
Hell yeah, we're going to get more interactive in 2024. So make sure you DM us if you want to join in next year or in a few weeks. We're going to be posting up content all throughout the break. We'll be back in January after MLK Day. Yeah, we still have some more street stuff from SantaCon to post up through the holidays, so be on the lookout for that. And also just know, like, we out to kill people next year. Like not literally kill people, but like we out to kill the
competition. Kill the competition. There we go. Gotta clarify. I'm not trying to catch any charges like what's his face, Johnathan Majors.
yeah. No, we have to kill the game next year. So be on the lookout, man, and don't sleep on us because we're gonna hit 1 million views. We're gonna get, we're gonna hit the streets more. We're gonna be the first to report on everything, and we're gonna expand. So we hope to expand with you guys. It's been a great year content wise, and I know next year is gonna be crazy. And I'm excited for our future, man. Any last words, man, for 2023?
Listen, I just want to say I stand on what I said about Beyonce and her singing capability. I'm rocking on that. I'm excited for the Eagles, regardless of how I may have bashed them a little bit during this live. I know we're going to pull through and get shit right for the playoffs. And I hope you all are safe. Have a great holiday, no matter what you celebrate, whether it's Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, any of those other holidays that are out there around this time of year. And don't forget New Year's as well, of course.
Yes. Troy, you got anything, man, to leave the people this year?
Just stay safe. Enjoy the holidays with your loved ones. Thanks for listening and supporting. And thank you guys for bringing me on this year. This was a lot of fun.
No doubt, man. Problem, man. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Of course. We're complete, man. And yeah, we're ready to take over 2024 already. So, we'll see y'all next year. And, we're so excited to expand and, keep up with all this crazy shit, man. I can't wait.
No doubt.
I can't wait. But yeah, we'll see y'all next year. Until next time, peace.
Let's go turn up.